Hey scholars, welcome to week 7 of your quarantined AP Lang. I hope everyone's staying healthy and looking forward to the end of another school year as we come closer and closer. In this week's video, I just wanted to talk about some of the exam details that are upcoming. Also wanted to talk about my essay scoring and feedback. And then finally, we'll get into week 7 at a glance. So let's talk about the exam details. Previously, I'd shared with you that we know the exam format. It's going to be a 45-minute timed Q2. But beyond that, we haven't really received any details about how the test is going to be run. This Tuesday, however, there is a scheduled webinar that I'm going to be attending for AP teachers that's supposed to go over some of the nuts and bolts and the mechanics of how testing day is going to work. And so, of course, once I participate in that webinar, I will be passing along those details to you the following day. Another thing that you can do to make sure that you're always up to date on the latest information is to make sure that you are receiving emails from College Board. I sent out an email a while back telling everybody that if you aren't receiving regular communication from them, it may be because you unchecked a box when you created your College Board account. And I also emailed instructions on how to go back into your account settings and fix that, because it is very important that you be receiving and reading those updates from College Board, as it can have a serious impact on your AP testing. Speaking of assessment, let's talk about the essays that I have been scoring and returning back to you. Now that I've seen several essays in a row here from a lot of you, I've noticed a lot of recurring problems. That is, issues that are maybe some very simple things that just aren't being addressed at all. Students are just kind of doing the same thing, making the same mistakes over and over again. And it's especially troubling with things like MLA format, where I'll write, hey, this is missing, or hey, you're not double spacing, and then the next time it's the same error. So then it occurred to me after a few interactions with some students this last week that some of you may not know that I'm giving feedback, and some of you may not know how to check that. So I just want to kind of go over that and go over how to do that and the expectations there. So first of all, the expectations are that you check your scores on those essays that I'm spending so much time getting you feedback on. Make sure you're doing that. And make sure you read the feedback that I do give you. I give you detailed notes on your essay. And if you need help deciphering those notes, I have shared with you my feedback notation document via Google Drive. And so you can kind of look up the key there if you don't know what MI means, for instance, means misinterpretation or misreading. So you can go look that up on the document. So how do you go about doing this? Well, out in Canvas, you have to be in Canvas to check the feedback. If you recall, the first couple of essays you submitted were done by paper, and so I had to scan those in and give those back to you via Google Drive. But since then, everything you've turned in is in Canvas, so I've been scoring it in Canvas. So go out to Canvas, and the best way to look at a scored assignment is actually to click on Grades. There's a Grades menu on the left side of the page. Open that up, and then from inside of Grades, find the assignment and click on that, and that should bring up a little window inside the page that will show you your scored version of the essay with all my notes on there. There's also an option above that to view the rubric, so you can see how the rubric scored from there. So that's all it takes. In Canvas, click on Grades, find the assignment, and you should be able to see my detailed feedback and your rubric score right there. Now it's time to take a look at your Week 7 in AP Lang. Once again, this week's going to look pretty familiar. It'll start off with your Q2 Rhetorical Analysis essay number 7, and this will be another essay done on a 45-minute timer. This will be the last timed essay practice that we will do before the exam. After that, I have one Q2 enrichment lesson for you to complete, this one over talking about rhetorical constraints. Then after that, I have the usual Q2 reflections over last week's essay, as well as the peer evaluation and peer grade over last week's essay. After that, you'll need to spend a little bit of time working on that timed first draft of your essay number 7 to produce a final draft to submit for a grade. And then please also go ahead and submit that essay number 7 to the peer grade assignment so that you can participate in the peer grade evaluation the following week. As for your optional assignments this week, to keep working on your sentence composing, your grammar usage and mechanics, please continue working in IXL Language Arts. Do another 100 points in 2 different skills, another couple of skill masteries there. And then for our literature study this week, we're going to continue reading Grapes of Wrath, chapters 12 through 16, and I've posted another couple of discussion questions to the message board to discuss that. And finally, this week's virus movie, if you've been at all curious about the movie stills that you've seen throughout this presentation, they are from the film Contagion from 2011, which is one that I've seen on numerous lists of outbreak and virus films, pandemic films that you have to check out. I have not seen this yet. I plan to watch it this week, but I did look up a few things about it and did watch a trailer on it. It's not about COVID-19. It was made back in 2011, but it is about a bird flu epidemic. And there are some startling similarities between what happens to society in that film and what we are seeing in our own today. What really struck me about this movie was its cast list. Take a look at this. Matt Damon, Gwyneth Paltrow, Lawrence Fishburne, Marion Cotillard, Jude Law, Kate Winslet, Bryan Cranston, and a bunch of others that you'll recognize but maybe not know their names. Like I say, I'm going to watch this week. Looking forward to it. It kind of slipped past, I think, a lot of people's radar because we just weren't thinking about that sort of eventuality back in 2011. I will, however, say after watching a trailer, I would recommend that if you don't like spoilers, to not watch a trailer. There was a lot of things that I saw in the trailer that I was like, really? You want to reveal that before we've seen the movie? So if you don't want spoilers, then I would recommend not watching a trailer first. All right, scholars, that's all I have for you guys this week. As always, work hard, be nice to one another, and stay inside, stay healthy. And as always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me, and I'll see you when I see you.